In this video, we are going to create our Slurp'it schema in Infrahub. So basically, a schema in Infrahub is a flexible way for you to define your network as opposed to the traditional source of truth applications where everything was fixed. In Infrahub, you have the ability to define pretty much everything that you need in a flexible manner. That means if you want to have VLAN information, you can have VLAN information by creating the schema for that. Or maybe you want routing protocols or anything else, basically, you have the ability to implement that in your schema and basically push that schema towards your Infrahub instance. Well, here, in order to sync our Slurpit data eventually with Infrahub, we have to create our Slurpit schema first in Infrahub so we know which data we want to finally push towards Infrahub. Well, here I'm in the main branch. I created a Slurpit branch in a previous video. But in the main branch, everything that you see is part of the default schema. So what you see here, IPAM and other. And basically everything else that you see are objects and schemas that belong to the default interface. But if I go to Slurpit, I have the same things, I have the same schema, and this is not useful for me if I want to basically sync my Slurpit data. And here in Slurpit, you should have at least some devices, preferably some plannings, so you can have them replicated into Infrahub. Well, right now, what I'll do here is go back to documentations, and I already created that branch. Now I'm gonna sync my Slurpit schema with Infrahub, and the branch I'll choose is Slurpit, the branch that we just created. And if I do ls, you see this slurpit schema.yaml file. This is actually our schema. If I go back here, open this up, this is actually going to be things such as fqdn, control F, fqdn, and this is the name of the, basically whatever that is, whatever that's called, attribute maybe. And label is what's shown on the UI, I believe. And we have things such as device type, for example. Here, let me see, device type, FQDM, platform, operating systems, and things like that. Everything we want, anything we want to replicate to Infrahub. So if I try to load the schema in Infrahub, it's going to take maybe up to 10 seconds. So I'm going to pause it and come back. It took about 12 seconds. So that means if I go back here, refresh the page, I have my Slurpit schema here, hardware info, IP address, prefix, VLAN, and everything else. Now, if I go back to the main branch, I don't see my schema here, and that's because I'm on a different branch. This is basically the same way that Git branching works. Every branch is isolated unless you merge those branches. So I haven't merged yet. That means I have the default branch under the default schema under the main branch. Now, in order to merge these branches, I can go here, copy, and I'm going to say Infrahub CTL branch merge Slurpit. And that is going to put the Slurpit data into the, Slurpit branch into the main branch. There we go, we merged successfully. So if I go back here, go to main branch and refresh the page, I'm going to see the newly loaded Slurpit schema in the main branch as well. Keep in mind that if you want to merge branches or create branches, there are always several ways for you to do that. For example, you can do it from the UI, you can do it from the CLI, just like we did. You can use the SDK or even GraphQL queries and mutations and things like that. And this is true for most of the Infrahub operations and not just creating a branch or merging branches. There are many operations we can do with different methods. So in the next video, We're going to generate and sync data. Basically, we're going to sync what we have in Slurpit with Infrahub so we can have our devices and interfaces and hardware info and things like that in Infrahub as well. So see you there.